What's up, guys? Another year, another thrilling NFL free agency period. As usual, teams went about shoring up their roster weaknesses by throwing money around left and right. If you were a safety, linebacker, pass rusher, or offensive lineman, then congratulations, you earned a huge payday. We'll need a year or two, or even 3 to determine how these free agent signings pan out. But it's never too early to try and predict which guys will succeed and which will flop with their new teams. I'm Jason Biondo, and today we present our grades for the 20 biggest signings of 2019 NFL free agency. Don't forget to subscribe to TPS and put on your notifications. We post videos every day. Join the notification squad. It's the dopest squad out there. Go do it. Join the squad. Click that notification button. Subscribe. Thanks. Number 20, Mark Ingram. B. The Baltimore Ravens probably overpaid a little bit for a running back with 8 seasons worth of mileage on his body, inking Mark Ingram to a 3-year deal worth $15 million. There are also questions about whether or not he was a product of the New Orleans Saints offense. But overall, we do like the Ingram pickup here. If he gets the bulk of the carries, Ingram could be a 1,000-yard rusher in Baltimore. He can do some good damage in the passing game as well. Baltimore lacked offensive playmakers to complement Lamar Jackson, so we can see why they overpaid a bit for Ingram. He should be a serviceable weapon in Baltimore as they try to defend their AFC North crown. Number 19, Ja'Wuan James, C-. Death, taxes, and Denver Broncos GM John Elway overspending on offensive linemen in free agency. The Broncos signed former Miami Dolphins right tackle Ja'Wuan James to a lucrative 4-year contract worth $51 million. Of course, James was far from the only offensive lineman that got paid well above his real value, but we're not sure this is a good fit for the Broncos. James earned a mere 70.8 grade from Pro Football Focus in 2018, but as Pro Football Focus outlined, James is still better than just about anybody else Denver has tried out over the years. That doesn't justify spending $51 million on him. Elway could have waited it out and found cheaper replacement, or he could use his draft picks on offensive linemen while addressing other needs with big money he gave James. Number 18, Lamarcus Joyner, C-. Joyner got better and better in the 2017 and 18 seasons with the Los Angeles Rams. We could be wrong, but we feel like a lot of that had to do with the arrival of legendary defensive coordinator Wade Phillips. Joyner inked a 4-year, $42 million deal with the Oakland Raiders, and we just aren't seeing many positives with the signing. Jon Gruden could have signed a better safety like Tyrann Mathieu for the same price, or somebody like Earl Thomas for a little more cash. He paid for quality in the NFL, and Gruden could have easily outbid other teams for Pro Bowlers like Mathieu and Thomas. Joyner earned a respectable 71.2 grade from Pro Football Focus, but they were quick to note the drop-off in his production. Joyner's grade in 2017, an impressive 91.3, so call it a fluke year rather than a breakout season. Joyner is better than most safeties, but we just think Gruden could have paid more for somebody better. And will Joyner find his A-game without Phillips? That remains to be seen, but we have serious doubts. Number 17, Adam Humphries, A-. We were pretty worried that teams would overpay for Humphries, given a breakout season in his contract year and the fact that this was a very weak wide receiver free agent market. But nope, the Tennessee Titans got him on a super bargain deal. Humphries signed a 4-year deal for just $36 million, giving Marcus Mariota another excellent pass catcher to complement breakout star Corey Davis and veteran tight end Delanie Walker. Tennessee ranked a mere 15th in third down conversion last season, converting on just 40% of them. They added one of the league's top slot receivers to fix that. Humphries will be a matchup nightmare in one-on-one coverage, and he'll help the Titans move the chains. Mariota now has Humphries, Walker, and Davis, along with Derrick Henry. This Tennessee offense should take quite a leap in 2019. Number 16, Terrell Suggs, A+. The perennial Pro Bowler and future Hall of Famer comes back to Arizona having signed a modest 1-year contract to return home. Obviously, this move has no risk, only potentially rewards for the Cardinals. Now with the tail end of his career, he will bolster an already solid pass rush, and he should be a great mentor and leader for the rebuilding Cardinals. It's a feel-good homecoming, and we love this move for both sides. Number 15, Adrian Amos, A+. After a very solid 4-year tenure with the Chicago Bears, this guy pulled off a heel turn and joined the NFC North rival Green Bay Packers on a 4-year contract worth a bargain $37 million. What a deal for the Packers. The Packers are getting a vastly underrated safety who's only entering his age 26 season. He recorded 9 passes defended and 2 interceptions in 2018. He earned an impressive 82.7 grade from Pro Pro Football Focus for the 2018 season. And he shores up an already solid Packers secondary and will replace the production left behind by Clinton Dix. He could very well go down as the best free agent signing of 2018, but I say that for everyone, so. Number 14, Roger Saffold, B+. A key anchor in the Los Angeles Rams offensive line, Roger Saffold cashed out and landed a whopping 4-year, $44 million contract from the Tennessee Titans. Coming off an impressive year in LA, Saffold should add some beef on Tennessee's offensive line. Pro Football Focus ranked the Titans O-line as the 9th best in football for the 2018 season. And according to Pro Football Focus, Saffold's 73.2 grade was tied for 8th highest among guards. So in short, the rich got richer here. The Titans' stout offensive line adds another big weapon that should make it even better. And it's not such a bad idea. There's not too much financial commitment here, and it's one of the more underrated moves of the 2019 offseason. An all-around solid signing by the Titans here. Number 13, Preston Smith, B+. While Green Bay Packers fans can't complain anymore about their front office not spending in free agency, the Packers added another stud pass rusher to join their front seven, inking linebacker Preston Smith to a 4-year contract worth $52 million. That's a lot of money. Smith generated a solid 76.9 grade from Pro Football Focus in 2018. He hasn't missed a game in his career and should help strengthen the Packers' rush defense. That's critical in a division that features Delvin Cook, Kerryon Johnson, and Tariq Cohen. The Packers had money to spend, and they have to be aggressive while Aaron Rodgers is still in his prime. My knee! There's very little to dislike about this move, but plenty to love about it. Number 12, Za'Darius Smith, B+. Here's the third and final major defensive signing by the Packers. And again, we can't find much of a reason to dislike it. Pro Football Focus, by the way, ranked Smith as the most underrated free agent 2 months before the market opened. The Packers signed Smith to a 4-year, $66 million contract. He should instantly upgrade their pass rush and run defense. Per Pro Football Focus, Smith generated 60 pressures in his contract year. Only 16 edge defenders tallied more. The Green Bay defense was very good in 2018. Now, it's going to be elite. 2 Smiths and 1 Amos join a group led by Blake Martinez. Well, that's going to be fun. Number 11, Kwon Alexander, C. The 2017 Pro Bowl linebacker tore his ACL in the midst of his contract year, which surely scared some teams off. Nonetheless, Kwon Alexander landed a shiny 4-year deal worth $54 million from the San Francisco 49ers. It's still a nice payday, but can he live up to the contract? Before his injury, Alexander had a porous 59.1 grade from Pro Football Focus for the 2018 season. PFF noted that since Alexander broke into the NFL, only Telvin Smith has missed more tackles. Alexander is very poor in run defense and leaves a lot to be desired in coverage as well. But Alexander is only entering his age 25 season, and he brings plenty of speed and physicality to a rapidly improving 49ers defense. This will either work out really well or really poorly in San Fran. We're fairly split, so a C grade seems fair. It's a little too much money, but Alexander just might make the most of it with a new team. Number 10, Trent Brown, C. The 6'8", 380-pound left tackle had a potentially career-saving season with the New England Patriots in 2018. After 3 lackluster years in San Francisco, Brown went to the Pats and anchored their offensive line, and he helped them win Super Bowl 53. Brown was rewarded with a massive 4-year, $66 million deal from the Oakland Raiders, hoping he'll be able to shore up one of the league's worst pass protection units from 2018. Now Gruden had cap space to use up, and the offensive line was an area that had to be addressed. We don't despise this signing, but Gruden could have found similar offensive linemen for a lower price. Also, we think of Brown as a product of New England's system. More so, we think of him as a late bloomer here. But again, Gruden had to do something to fix the O-line, so we don't despise this signing. It's just a little too much for a guy who's had 1 good season in his 4-year career. Number 9, Sheldon Richardson, B+. The Cleveland Browns got former Pro Bowl defensive tackle on a bargain 3-year contract worth $36 million. $36 million. Such a bargain. Richardson became a must-have commodity after an excellent 2018 campaign with the Minnesota Vikings, and the Browns managed to add even more beef to their ferocious-looking front seven. Richardson is one of the NFL's best run stoppers, and he's going to help out rising star Myles Garrett by bringing pressure up the middle. This Browns D-line needed more muscle, and the young core could use a veteran voice in the locker room. Richardson brings that, and did we mention this is a bargain deal for the Browns? So, yeah, $36 million. So cheap. Number 8, Tyrann Mathieu, A. The Kansas City Chiefs have had one of the NFL's worst secondaries over the last 2 years now, and it was time to do something about it. Garner, Dee Ford, Justin Houston, and Eric Berry. Enter Pro Bowl safety Tyrann Mathieu. whom the Chiefs landed on a 3-year deal worth $42 million. He'll provide an upgrade over Barry, who unfortunately started to slow down because of injuries. Matthew joins an AFC powerhouse that just needs 1 or 2 more impact players to fix up a leaky defensive unit. Eddie Honey Badger was an excellent start, and he'll shore up some of the holes in that secondary. Number 7, Golden Tate, C. The New York Giants sure are raising a lot of eyebrows. They need to rebuild. So the solution was to trade Odell Beckham Jr., let Landon Collins walk in free agency, but keep a past his prime quarterback in Eli Manning? Yeah. Okay. Cool. The Giants' idea of replacing Beckham was to sign veteran wideout Golden Tate to a 4-year deal worth $37.5 million. Sorry, but I'm just not really a fan of that. Tate is entering his age 31 season, so that's too much term and money for a guy who could slow down at any moment now. And is Tate really going to succeed with Manning as his QB? 38-year-old Eli is not Russell Wilson or Matthew Stafford, who both made most of Tate's talents. The Giants have a horrible offensive line, and Saquon Barkley is now the focus of the offense, so it's hard for us to see how Tate can produce and earn all that money. But hey, Tate's production has been fairly consistent. If he can keep up for 2 or 3 more years in the Big Apple, this contract won't be so bad. Number 6, CJ Mosley, C. The 4-time Pro Bowl linebacker was a destructive force for the Baltimore Ravens defense. But even they knew he was only worth so much dough. So much dough. Give me the dough. Give me the money. Luckily for CJ Mosley, the New York Jets had a plethora of cap space and used a chunk of it to overpay him. The Jets signed Mosley to a 5-year contract worth $85 million, addressing their need for a strong on-field leader. But everybody knows that inside linebackers are almost never worth that much money. And if the Jets had waited out the market, that could have gotten Mosley on a cheaper deal. As Pro Football Focus noted, Mosley has been suspect in coverage, and his run defense isn't exactly spectacular. According to PFF, his 0.34 wins above replacement in 2018 was only tied for 151st among defensive players. The Jets could have easily found a comparable player for a fraction of the cost. Even if Mosley plays like the Pro Bowler we saw in Baltimore, it's hard to see how he'll be worth $85 million. Number 5, Earl Thomas, A. Everybody was baffled by the Baltimore Ravens' decision to cut perennial Pro Bowler Eric Weddle. They left a major gap at safety. As it turns out, the team was looking to find a younger, better upgrade, and they got it. The Ravens landed 6-time Pro Bowl safety Earl Thomas on a 4-year contract worth $55 million. It's a sweet deal. Perhaps the best safety of the past 6 to 7 years now joins the NFL's best secondary, and I love it. Thomas missed most of 2018 after suffering a broken leg, but we're not worried about that. When healthy, he's the ultimate difference maker. This Ravens defense was scary good in 2018. The sky is the limit for this unit in 2019. When have the Ravens ever failed in free agency? They always hit home runs with these big signings. Thomas won't just be a home run though. He'll be a grand slam, for sure. Number 4, Landon Collins, D-. The Washington Redskins could have addressed multiple holes in their roster. Finding a better backup than Case Keenum for Alex Smith would have been smart. Upgrading their offensive line, woeful secondary, and lackluster pass rush would have helped as well. Also, who's going to catch all those passes from Keenum on the team? Top wideout Jamison Crowder bolted for the New York Jets. The Redskins, for some reason, handed Pro Bowl safety Landon Collins a 6-year deal worth $84 million. They could have gotten someone like Eric Weddle, Tyrann Mathieu, or Earl Thomas for significantly less. And those are all better safeties than Collins. It's hard for any defensive back these days to justify a contract worth $80 million plus. Even if Collins regains his 2016 form, he's not going to mask all the other flaws in Washington. This team should have spread that money around in multiple areas, not all of it on one guy who might be a difference maker to their secondary. Keyword there, might. Number 3, Trey Flowers, B-. Here's the thing. We love the Detroit Lions as a fit for Trey Flowers. We don't doubt that he'll produce similar results in Motown as he did in New England. Flowers reunites with Lions head coach Matt Patricia, who was his defensive coordinator in Foxborough from 2015 to 2017. Though we expect Flowers to emerge as a key component of Detroit's pass rush, we also think the money was too much. He got a 5-year deal worth $90 million. And as good as Flowers is, he's not even close to being worth that much money. Few defensive players in the NFL are actually, so. I mean, yeah, Flowers will produce and make a major impact in Detroit. Will it be $90 million worth of production? Not a chance. So we can't be too generous with the grade. But again, he'll make the defense better, and that's what matters most. Number 2, Le'Veon Bell, B+. We understand why some will be critical of this move. But for the New York Jets, it makes all the sense in the world. Yes, running backs are easily replaceable. Yes, Bell sat out an entire season. Yes, Bell has a history of knee injuries. But so what? The Jets are sick of being horrible. I'm sick of the Jets being horrible. And they had around $100 million in cap space to play with. So why not supply Sam Darnold with a Pro Bowl talent? One of the game's elite offensive playmakers? Like, yeah, obviously, let's do that. Bell will boost New York's horrid ground game, and he'll make plenty of big plays as a pass catcher out of the backfield as well. The 4-year, $52.5 million deal is a coup for the Jets, assuming Bell plays up to his usual standards. Darnold is going to take off now that he has Bell and a new wideout in Jamison Crowder to work with. We love the aggression here from the Jets. I love the aggression here from the Jets. And Bell should flourish under offensive guru Adam Gase. Number 1, Nick Foles. A. One of the most prized free agent quarterbacks in recent memory didn't need long to pick his new home. The Jacksonville Jaguars mercilessly ended the Blake Bortles era and handed Super Bowl 52 champion and MVP a shiny 4-year contract worth $88 million. Wow. There you go. Tom Coughlin finally got his new quarterback. Thing is, the Jaguars don't need Foles to play like the clutch playoff performer we saw in Philadelphia. Rather, Foles just has to play slightly above average, something Bortles couldn't do in his make-or-break season in 2018. And that being said, though, he probably should still play his best, because, why would you not? The point is, he just doesn't have to carry the team. Foles is joining a team with a championship-caliber defense and a powerful ground game led by Leonard Fournette. Oh, and the Jaguars had a solid offensive line to protect Foles, and he'll be just fine there. We like Foles' chances of shining in Doug Marrone's offense here. Bringing over Foles' former QB coach from Philly, John DeFilippo, as offensive coordinator should help smooth things out. After an embarrassing season, the Jaguars went out and finally addressed their biggest need. Foles will bring them back into Super Bowl discussion. It's a lot of money, but we love this for the Jaguars. It was necessary to upgrade a QB, and they just did it. Who do you think were the best free agent signings of 2019? Join us in the comment section below. Make sure to follow myself and Total Pro Sports on social media. We post dope content. Follow our Instagrams. Follow TPS on Twitter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want more of me, I post videos every week and they're really entertaining, so go check it out. Just type in my name. You should also subscribe to TPS because we post videos every single day. Every day's a new video, so subscribe. If you like this video, give it a like. It takes 1 click. Right down there, smash that like button. I want to see that you smashed it. Smash your computer or your phone. Don't do that. Do not do that. Just like the video. Thank you. Of course, thank you so much for watching. I'm Jason Biondo. I'll see you next time.
My knee.